Yes. In this guide, we will create a dynamic form with JavaScript. So you will see how JavaScript can add interactions to our form, and then user will be able, based on what kind of user action will be done in the real time. We'll do it step by step like before. So basically this is what we'll be building. When the user selects books, author is popping up. When the user selects movies, director is popping up. Yes, so that's the code which we'll be building. I will remove it for a moment. Nothing is there, and we will start building. We are starting with a simple HTML form structure to set up the foundation layout for the dynamic form, and it will be basically a container form. It's a container for all the other elements where the dynamic content based on user interaction will be displayed. So let's type with dynamic form, and I will close it, and basically step number 1 is there. We have a form. I will skip comments now. Now we want to add user choices. So the user can choose an option which will dynamically update the rest of the form, and then it will allow user to make a selection that determines the rest of the form content. We will use a select for that. This is a drop down which presents predefined options. Here it will be books and movies, and on the change, the user choice will be triggered by a JavaScript function to update the form dynamically. I will start with label for choice, and then I will write a choice category. It's there. Nice. Now I go with select, which we learned already. We learned this, so I'm not gonna to explain this too much. Please check the previous classes if you need a refresher choice. I will close, of course, the tag. Oh, something new popped up, but it's for now empty. There are no values. Now, the default value will be actually empty. This can be new, and then it will be kind of like a placeholder for me. You see, oh, it's there, but I want to fetch the next values, which will be our books. That's why I set the value to books here, and here I am just making for the user. As you can see, when I do like this, then this value is changing. When I do like this, nothing is changing. So this is for our logic behind the scenes. The user is not saying. And movies option. Bam, close. Yes, we are there. Books and movies. And so much there. Let me plan after my select ID additional fields, and then okay, here I can make exception. Additional fields will be populated based on user choice. So this is actually a placeholder for us. Now, JavaScript. We have seen already JavaScript in the previous class, and we will here add event listener to dynamically update the form. Event listener is something which, let's say, it's a functionality which allows JavaScript to listen to user input, what the user writes to us, or what the user selects in this case for us. The purpose of using JavaScript is to add activity and the real-time response, so the user selection will be real-time. And yeah, here we have event listener. This is the JavaScript that will listen for changes in the drop-down menu. Conditional rendering based on the user choice, so here it will be or books or movies. JavaScript will dynamically generate the input field we want, so it will be author for books or director for movies, and there will be some inner HTML manipulation. The script will modify the content here. That's why this is our this is our I forgot the word. It will be our a place where it will be added. Container. Oh, I want the word container. So this is, it will be our container. I will add it here so I don't forget again. Container for the extra content. Yes. So let's start. As you know, I can do it like this script. I will close it straight away so I don't forget. And then I will say, hey, document. So I'm talking to document object model DOM. So document, get element by ID, and I want to choose this element choice, because the ID is choice, so I want to select this one. And also select is where the logic we want to have on. I will add event listener, change. There will be function which will take care of my functionality. The auto formatting is when I save. So if you look here, so it doesn't confuse you, maybe I should explain. When there is such a dot, file is unsaved. Now I hit save on my keyboard, a shortcut, and it auto formats me and the dot is gone. So then you can see when the file is saved, and it does the auto formatting for you. It's a really great functionality. Anyway, I want to get the value. For now, just understand that this is how we are getting the value. We are getting this via this and value. This is actually whatever you can call whatever. I can say my value, and the value, it must be value. So to get the value from a field. Now fields will be document get element by ID, and here I will want to have additional fields. It's okay. We are closer. This is a magic for now. What I'm saying is to clear the existing fields. Clear existing fields. Okay. Now, if, so this is conditional rendering. If, very important concept, but we won't use it that much. Basically, here I'm saying if the value, actually it should be my value. You could also have if this value, by the way, but we are learning good practices, so we will be using the value we are saving more explicitly. So if my value is equal books, so if the user selects books, then I will do additional field inner HTML equals, and now I'm writing HTML4 author. It's important here, single quotes, double quotes, otherwise it will not work. Author label, closing, and now input type text, ID author, name author, as you guess. Now I want to close it, so closing it, and now like this. So let's see if I select books. It works. So if I select books, the author is showing. Now nothing is changing, but give me a moment. Now else if, so in other case my value equals movies, then I will now be lazy. Author, here director, also here. For you it's better if you don't copy paste, but you learn step by step, so you will remember the code. So let's say I select movies, I select books, it's there. But here you could also use else without this, because now we have just two values. So if I select books, then I have author. If I select movies, then I have director. But if we would have more options, then it's better to be more explicit like that. Two ways are correct in this example, by the way. And what more? We need a submit button. So I will add a submit button. I will add it here. By the way, maybe style, background color, green. So now oh, I broke something. Yes, else if I broke something. So now style, background color red. So actually I want you to see that this additional field is being added only when I select something. I refresh, it's not there. It's there only after I will select something, so the value is there. Yes, submit button type submit, just for completion. And now whenever user selects something, this doesn't help here at the moment. When the user selects something, yeah, in general it looks bad. If they will select something, I can click the submit button, and then this is gone. So we have seen, just to conclude this example, in the initial setup we had a form that starts with a basic structure. That was the form part, including the drop down, so it was in the select and options for user to make a choice. User interaction has been added by JavaScript function. This is function, this is JavaScript, so this is the JavaScript function. And it was you could see the interaction when the user selected an option from the drop down. So when user selected this or that. And with that, we had real-time updates. JavaScript function dynamically updates the form content based on the user selection, what you can see here again. And the update happens inside the browser without the need to reload the page. So as you can see, I am not reloading anything, and I still have my website, my form interactive. That's what you can do with JavaScript and HTML. And it enhances the user experience, because the user gets quick feedback what he or she has changed without the need to reload the page. It gives this approach gives flexibility and customization, because, for example, with different types of input fields, when different types of input fields are added, or additional JavaScript is there, then you can handle this with or HTML or JavaScript when you have more scenarios. For example, if I would add here also I don't know, sheep, because I like animals. Okay, now I select sheep and nothing will happen, but something could. For example, I could say here else, just else. I would just say blah blah sheep, and then I'm there. Okay, and we have the button. Just to send the data, and the data always depends what the user will select, and those are dynamically added fields here. Because I select book, I can write something. I select book and then I can write something here. Yeah, here it's inside the button actually, so that's maybe it's better if it would be here. I have a book and now I am writing something, and then I can submit it. And that's it for this class. We will have one more short class to summarize this module, and we can still conclude the example which we talked or which I have been presented right now. What more to add? It demonstrated the dynamic form, and that is changing based on user input, and you could see that HTML and JavaScript could do a real-time interaction. The key aspect of this form was ability to change in real time based on the user input, and basically the user could see that the website is responding to him or her without the need to preload, so it was responsive and user-friendly. These kind of forms are useful, or actually it's a standard nowadays, where the user needs to put some kind of input subsequently. So let's say first option, then some data, then maybe some terms, and it enhances overall usability, and it's simply more efficient from user interface point of view. Of course, it can be extended with more complex logic, validations, beautiful styles to look a bit better. But for now, we have had already actually 2 very nice step-by-step guides. I hope it was helpful for you. And remember, try to play with those, add different fields. If you can play maybe even a bit with JavaScript. And yes, and I'm pretty sure you will succeed. And I will see you in the summary class, which will be a very short one, and then we will start another section.